And we're back
Hello.
Ooh.
with more Echo. So, Flynn, whenever you're ready.
Uh-huh. We showed up at around, what, 2-ish? Yeah. Usually I would be at work, but I took time off for Leo's party plan.
The patter of Flynn's feet is audible behind me as he paces back and forth upon the tile floor. Glancing over the edge of the couch, his gaze is fixed upon the ground in front of him, the phone cupped out against the side of his head.
What?
We're getting a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of Echo, so who's
That's
We're
DJ and
coming in.
Hannah.
Is it really? We weren't a
Yeah.
second
Yep.
ago.
You need to put on headphones.
I mean, we can. They're literally
Why are you
right
missing Zap Cannon?
What? Mm-hmm. He's in the kitchen right now, using your coffee machine. All the old gang is here. To repeat, the alarm wasn't armed. Carl usually doesn't set it. We got in through the top window above the kitchen sink.
Flynn points towards the aforementioned window, despite currently explaining it on the phone. Leo stands motionless in front of the kitchen window, facing away from us.
Well, Jenna did, then unlocked the front door for the rest of us. It wasn't my idea again. Place is kind of messy, but we didn't see any signs of anything broken into. Jewelry above the bedroom dresser? Give me a sec, I'll check. Speaking of, here she is.
Flynn hands the phone off to Jenna before heading upstairs again. She uncrosses her legs and stands up slightly, pausing for a moment as she listens to Carl's father on the other end of the line.
Yes, Mr. Hendricks. It has been a while since we've last spoken. 5 or 6 years, actually.
Super awkward. I just broke in your house, sir. Sorry.
I go by Jenna now. Yes.
Instead of pacing about like Flynn, she moves over towards me. She rests herself against the arm of the couch by my head.
Aw.
Her expression shifts some, but I can't see much due to the sun glare coming through the window and the angle she is above me.
My brother? Actually, yes. When I went through his phone, it showed that they had texted earlier that Yes, it does appear Carl was buying weed from him.
She's quiet now, listening. I can hear Carl's father on the other end now, meaning his voice is a bit raised. I turn on my side, propping my head up with an elbow on the armrest in an attempt to read her expression. Jenna doesn't appear fazed. She doesn't look at me either.
Mr. Hendricks?
The voice on the other end continues. The high-pitched rasp of Carl's father's voice is still audible a minute later. There are pauses in what he's saying, but Jenna doesn't interject. Finally, there's a pause of around 5 seconds before I hear a quieter, "Are you still there?" coming through.
Yes, Mr. Hendricks. At this time, I'm going to file a missing persons report with the county sheriff's office, signing the image I sent from Carl's phone.
Looking over, Carl's phone sits upon the coffee table, the red-eyed image still displayed. Something about it seems so familiar, yet exactly why escapes me, like fleeting deja vu. It makes me uneasy, even without the context of our current situation, which makes it worse.
It hasn't been the minimum 24 hours, but as you said, the fact that his phone, wallet, and all your other vehicles are accounted for is worrisome.
She waits, listening.
I'm going to tell the police that we were given the go-ahead to come and go from the building during the week. If you could confirm that when the sheriff's office calls you later, that'd make things easier on us while we keep up the search effort. Do you and Mrs. Hendricks have any recommendation on that front? Regarding where he could have gone off to?
She reaches over, and I feel her paw move beneath my tufted chin. Her fingers scritch along my jawline, and my eyes begin to lull.
Can we stop for a second?
Sure.
I just want to bring up the fact that once again, Flynn and Jenna prove that if they didn't hate each other so much, nothing in the world could stop them. They would be an undeniable force.
This is so
Oh,
true.
no,
They
no,
get
yeah.
so much shit done.
Jenna and Flynn would be a god tier power couple. Like, I'm not talking about romantic, but I mean like partner wise.
Yep.
Yeah, no, if they didn't like hate each other and go against each other so much, there's nothing that couldn't be done.
Yep.
Which is
Well,
great
and-
when like you have those few scenes where they're like, we're aligned. Our goal is to fuck this other person up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy, like, they make a very clear point. Jenna is not a psychologist. She's a psychologist, but she's not a psychiatrist. Whatever the term
She's a
is. She can't...
psychology major. She's not a therapist.
Correct. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, psych friends, including wife. But we kind of see her show. So we've seen her empathy to like friends, but she's being very empathetic in this situation to Carl's parents, while also being professional. Right? She's like, "Hey, listen," because like the guy was like probably screaming at her. Is what we got. And she's just like, listen, dude, we care. We're trying to find him.
We'll file a missing persons report.
She doesn't talk about her brother, which is straight up could have even said, like, listen, I don't, like, even talk to him anymore. That's canon. But, like, the fact that
I like the idea of somebody saying that's canon in real life, though.
Yeah.
Canon.
I do that sometimes, actually. But
yeah, I
like,
don't talk to my sister anymore. That's canon.
so rude. Not that way, but that would be so rude.
Oh, I
But,
got
like-
married last week. That's canon.
Woo-hoo!
Wow.
But whatever
Okay.
the case is, I kind of love it. It's a cool. It's something we've always seen her do, but usually when we bump into her, she's already been somewhat possessed. So it's been like, wait, what's wrong with her here? And instead, now we kind of get to see her. If she is possessed, she's
Oh.
very mildly at this point.
You're talking about for Jenna?
Yeah, it's kind of cool
Jenna
to see her.
only
Like,
got possessed in Carl's route. Other than that, it's just the the hysteria kind of messing with her.
yeah, but we don't get to really see her in a lot of the other routes, like actively. Whereas in Carl's route, no.
We get to
In-
see her in Leo's route a little bit.
In Leo's route, she's fine. It's not Carl's route.
No, she's not fine. She's gone feral in Leo's route until like you shake her out of it.
Oh yeah.
Was that her, TJ, or
Both her and TJ kind of went feral.
No, it was. There was a route where they're like running around Carl's house, where we're hanging out in
That's
Flynn's
Carl's
route.
route.
In Flynn's route, she's kind of a
She-
dick to Carl.
No, she isn't. That's Carl's route where she's a dick to Carl. In
Ah,
Flynn's
yeah.
route,
Yeah,
she's
she's
trying
always
to
stubborn.
apologize to Flynn and go, maybe you were right about this whole thing. Maybe I should have listened to you, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, cool. I recant statement. I just remember there was a route where she was a total prick, and I was like, what? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
it's because she was being possessed by her great grand something. I don't think he's a direct ancestor of John Begay.
All right, cool. I'm cool. My stump. I officially step off my stump.
John Big Gay.
Yeah, he'd
Be
be gay.
gay, actually, but
He be gay.
Look, I pronounce it bugay just to try and like avoid the obvious pun. I don't know why I'm still so tired.
Mm-hmm.
I look up at her, though her gaze still doesn't meet mine. She continues to pet me, eventually reaching up to ruffle my head scruff. It rouses me from my lulled state, and I blink up at her. She covers the phone with her free paw, muttering to me.
Hey, wake up. Can you go see if TJ made any progress upstairs?
Oh, yeah, sure thing. Hearing the telltale thuds of Flynn's heavy-footed gait upon the terracotta stairway, I glance up. He returns, shaking his head.
It's still there.
Jenna nods, seeming to ignore the now strange look the Gila is giving us. I sit upright. I think Mr. Hendricks is giving us some advice of where to look. Jenna again nods in confirmation, though Flynn still peers at us with a furrowed brow.
Were this any other time, I'd have some shit to say right now.
He sighs, nostrils flaring. I lean forward, taking hold of Carl's phone and peering at the image again up close. I'm gonna check out some of his messages myself and see if I can find anything.
Some gay I don't know.
Yeah, the first one I saw was...
what
The one I saw first was asshole.
I need to contact in my phone.
I enjoy some gay otter IDK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed the actual.
I love Mom. This is some sort of prank, Carl. I swear to God. And then
So is that Carl's phone yet?
Yeah, this is Carl's phone.
Yes.
Also, I just realized the little image that they have for Leo and Flynn, I think are from like the... Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Alright. The images that we have for Leo and Flynn, I think are from like the first build of the game. Because like, remember how it should be like the ones of Leo? That one of Flynn doesn't look like the same one either. I think that's a new one.
Okay. Leo!
And then, yeah, we've got Jeremy with we'll have more at end of April, so have money to asshole.
Who's Jeremy? Oh, Jeremy is
They don't
Jenna's
fucking
brother.
understand what this mean. Retro Game Shop Premium, unlock new exclusive DLC Silverwolf versus and some gay otter, I don't know. Did you change my name in your phone yet?
Okay, I don't know.
The cell phone was plucked from my grasp. Flynn standing above me.
Jen and I already looked through that. Now you're just wasting time being stupid shit.
Flynn's emerald gaze briefly flicks to Jenna, then back down to me. Surprisingly, Jenna nods in agreement, then motions to the stairs.
We got this, Chase. Like I said, go see how TJ's progress is going.
She looks to Flynn with a sort of stern, knowing expression before responding to something on the phone.
Well, the convenience store is a few miles from here. Does he usually walk that far?
My cheeks burn at the scolding, and I rise to a stand. Turning to leave, I can still see Leo standing unmoving in the kitchen. He's like a photograph, a still image silhouetted in contrast to the fading sun through the window. It's weird. Usually Leo is the one who jumps into action with this sort of situation, or at least he did when we were kids. De facto group leader and whatnot. Now though, since we found out Carl was missing a couple hours ago, he's been pretty resigned. Hell, Flynn and Jenna have been the ones coordinating everything so far.
Power couple.
He glances over his shoulder. Been the first bit of movement I've seen him do in about 15 minutes. I can see his red eyes from here. He's staring right at me. I find myself walking over, despite myself. Flynn and Jenna busy talking with Mr. Hendricks over speakerphone now. I enter the kitchen and approach him.
Dejected little poor.
Hey.
Yo.
A silence lingers between us. So, Carl.
Yeah.
You know where he might be?
Uh-huh. Of course. I'm just not telling anybody, because I like all this quality time we're having here, huh?
Leo, this is serious. Jenna's about to call the sheriff.
Yeah? Good. 2 birds with 1 stone.
He holds up his phone, a notification on the screen I can't quite read.
Got a call from
Mariana.
Mariana back at my parents' house. The police were checking to see if I was there.
What? My brow raises. I try to study Leo's expression, but he's stony as all hell right now. His jaw set in near constant grit.
Family Plex got my plates from that security camera. Things in the parking lot, I'm guessing.
I sigh, rubbing my forehead. I'm about to open my mouth and say something, though I catch a sort of strange, empty look in Leo's eyes that brings me to pause. I sigh against my scolding and instead move beside him, taking one of Carl's mugs and pouring myself a cup of coffee from the coffee maker. It's one of those fancy ones that has an espresso maker built in, and a basket next to the machine, with at least 30 different flavored cups. The flavors are mostly dessert-based, with labels like... dessert-based, sorry, thank you. Are mostly
Although I do like the
dessert-based.
idea, I do live in the desert. If I open a coffee shop in the desert, there'll be desert-based flavors.
With labels like salted caramel, frosted oatmeal cookie, salmon churro, and truffle sundae. They sound pretty damn delicious, as far as I know. Carl's only drinks energy drinks, and usually obscene quantities of them. After taking a sip, the bitter scald hits my tongue, and I find myself reflexively reeling before getting a chance to swallow. Despite having all these choices available, it looks like Leo went for straight black. Leo's gaze shifts back to me, and I see him perk a white brow.
Damn fine cup of coffee, eh, Chula?
I managed to swallow without sputtering too much, putting on a slightly artsy flair to my tone. Black as a moonless eve at midnight, just how I like it. He smiles, though it's a visibly pained expression, which he obscures behind his own cup as he drinks.
Bet at university, all you drink are those rainbow frappuccinos I saw on the news.
I remember when those came out. My dorm was by the library, and the coffee shop in there was selling
God,
them.
how old is he? Because sometimes he just sounds like 40-year-old white dad.
Are you talking about for Leo?
Yeah.
Leo,
He is 24. Yeah, 24.
but he definitely
like
has
23 or
dad
20.
vibes.
Well, yeah, that's because like he did not go to college at all. He's been out of high school for 5 years at the minimum,
And he's
so,
like
yeah.
working, and he doesn't like universities.
Yeah,
so
he's a very blue collar.
he has
worker.
definite dad energy.
Mm-hmm. My dorm was by the library, and the coffee shop in there was selling them. The line was insane, and they sold out super quick. My friend Vincent, he's a barista there. He tells me that it's just mango juice, sprinkles with cream, frappe syrup, and food coloring.
Oh, the same Vincent from all the photos you've been uploading recently, yeah? The other wolf guy?
I can see where this is going from a mile away. I take another drink of my coffee, despite the bitterness.
I mean, the pictures. They just pop up on my timeline, yeah? I keep seeing them pop up.
Yeah, same guy.
Ah, I hear ya.
There's a pause, and I change the topic. Are you gonna turn yourself into the sheriff?
Not yet.
He responds quickly.
Gotta find Carl. I think a wolf who's known the horned fucker this whole life can sniff him out better than some overpaid mall cop, eh?
Will be more trouble for you if Sheriff Malcop if Sheriff Malcop? Wait, is it Malcop like as a pun, or is he like
Saying someone's name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it could
Not
be
sure.
Malco.
I think he was gonna...
Oh, yeah.
I think he said Sheriff Mall Cop, and then...
But the thing is, if it was
Chase is
that,
like-
then that you should have been another L.
Yeah.
Well, so I was gonna say Leo is saying mall cop because Leo is like, it's some mall cop, finding me for smashing the thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume
also, I
that
didn't
that's
know
the
that-
sheriff's name.
Also, I didn't know that May's aunt works in Peyton. That's a long
Well, I
commute
mean,
from.
yeah, going from
that's a long
freaking
commute from
Pennsylvania to
Pennsylvania.
Arizona is great. She gets a lot of travel reimbursement. Will be more trouble for you if Sheriff Malco, assuming that's who's still in charge, finds you first. Leo sighs with a frustrated, gravelly rasp, his gaze flicking down to the kitchen floor.
You sound like Jenna.
It's probably because what I'm saying makes sense.
Oof.
The wolf looks up, his bug-eyed gaze focused upon me as if he were searching for something.
This damn get-together has gone more badly than I could have ever predicted, you know?
I nod, not disagreeing with that sentiment in the slightest.
First Flynn at the river, then that shit at the Familyplex, and now Carl's nowhere to be found. This may all be the worst shit, yeah? I wouldn't ever be able to forgive myself if I gave up the last chance I had to ever spend time with you guys again, you know?
He sets the coffee down, his paws gripping the back of the countertop. Neo, come on. We'll see each other again.
You don't know that. Jenna's moving all the way to the East Coast. TJ out of the country, probably. You... After what happened at the Familyplex, you probably don't want to see me ever again either, eh?
There's serious intensity in the cadence of his voice. It's as something is practically choking him as he speaks those last few words. The air even feels weird. I think for a moment about what to say, still processing Leo's response. Looking around, I spot an old black beanie hanging up on the coat rack by the door, and I remember something. Carl once told me something back when I said you were becoming too cool for us in high school, with football and stuff. You know, back when you stopped riding the bus and just spent all your time after school at practice with the jock kids. He said that after all the shit we've been through, none of the present, petty drama stuff matters, yeah? I mean, sure, I'm kinda skeeved, but that doesn't mean I hate you forever.
Just hate me temporarily, then?
I sigh. You haven't even said sorry or anything, man.
Why would I say sorry when it's fucking Jenna who showed up and ruined everything, yeah?
Are you serious? I told you to fuck off, too.
Why?
Why? Jesus Christ, man. You were grinding on me 15 feet away from the fucking kitty corner.
You used to do all that horny stuff to me all the time. Now you're different.
He gesticulates with a swirling motion toward me using both of his paws. Well, I guess I am. That's sort of the point about why it's fucked up. Leo blinks, his shoulders raised high. He begins to speak faster with more of his old accent seeping through.
You didn't even tell me you was uncomfy or nothing. Just told me straight up to fuck off.
It felt appropriate at the time, man.
This is why I didn't want you to leave Echo, Otter.
It isn't like things were great here between you and I before I left either.
Because Jenna got to you.
What are you talking about?
Jenna's making you fucking straight. No. We had it all planned out.
Bye.
Oh.
The term is bye. I will not stand in this bye erasure in my fucking house.
Fair enough.
Here, here.
We had it all planned out. A house, car, job, waiting for you at my dad's shop. The life we talked about ever since we were little. Then Jenna started talking to you all about Pueblo and how you should go. To hell with this hick trash. We're better than them, yeah?
Leo.
And then she came up with that fucking prank.
I see his fist shake and instantly know what he's talking about.
Stop that wow.
You broke my phone.
You broke my heart, Puchika.
For fuck's sake, shut up.
Thank you, Flynn.
Sure, that is great.
Also, waiting on point, Seb.
I like the fact that like they're having an emotional moment, and Flynn comes in like, "Oh my God, please just shut up! It's 3 a.m. I'm trying to get some sleep. We have to look for somebody who's been kidnapped. Have your Hollywood dramatic moment some other time."
Our friend just got kidnapped.
Realistically, Flynn's reaction would have been my reaction. Oh my god, shut the fuck up, please.
Beautiful. For fuck's sake, shut up.
Well, what are you eating?
Oh, just give me a sec. I think I had saved a meme. I hope I saved this meme.
Oh,
Oh god. Oh no, I don't think I did. Damn it.
no!
Sad day.
Wait, let me try and see.
Oh. That was fucking beautiful. Flynn, you can be a dick, but also perfect.
Yes.
The
There
weirdest
is
thing...
a reason why
Well-
Flynn is my favorite character.
He says what we're all thinking. Shut up. I'm like, how long is this gonna go on? Because I'm really tired of it.
I will say, and I've said this before, because I do enjoy defending Leo every now and then. Again, you don't own people, Leo, darling. And he feels like he owns Chase. And he has his own dream of what's good. And Chase is like, that's not even close to what I want, you idiot. But then he does the natural thing. So here's the thing with Leo. His feelings are valid. His reactions are not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's completely valid to be like, you hurt me and I'm hurt. And it's normal to be like, and it's Jenna's fault. Right? That's people do that shit all the time. But again, he doesn't own Chase.
No.
And he acts like he owns Chase. Like, all of his emotions are valid, but what's not valid is
His behaviors coming from those emotions.
you can feel those feelings. You can even publicly say that you're feeling those feelings, but you can't. You have to be you have to talk yourself through your feelings, right? You have to be like, wow, I'm blaming Jenna on something that's clearly my fault. I need a hot minute. You can even say, like, the prank was kind of a really garbage way to break up with somebody.
Yeah, that...
Yeah, my boyfriend is missing.
I think the real reason Chase broke up with Leo is because he broke his phone.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Where's
the thing,
that?
though, is that there was a lot
that
of issues
memes?
with that relationship. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to post those two memes because that was, like, the thing I was thinking of when, like, Flynn popped in, like, shut the fuck up! But, yeah, like, honestly, Leo and Chase had a lot of issues before they broke up, and, like, they just aren't healthy for each other.
They just found it.
Stop making out my boyfriend.
Lols.
Alright, let's get back to this and try and wrap up the scene.
Yeah.
Nope.
Flynn steps into the kitchen, and I realize I can still hear the faint sound of Jenna on the phone with Mr. Hendricks in the other room.
While you two fuckers are having a domestic, Carl's getting reamed by the Mothman. Or whatever the fuck that red-eyed shit is on his phone.
Leo steps forward, his jowls curled back into a snarl.
Get out of here, Flynn.
Surprisingly, Flynn holds his ground. The lizard squeezes his fist against his chest and stomach as Leo approaches, reflexively defending himself in case it's swung upon.
We don't have time for this shit.
Leo stares hard at him, his shoulders raised and his fur bristling. Flynn flinches some. It reminds me of how Leo acted toward him at the river. I'm starting to wonder if this is how Leo treats Flynn when we're not here. Leo, what the hell are you doing? Calm down, alright? I'm still fuming about what Leo said, but even I know this bickering is petty in contrast to the problem at hand. A solid 10 seconds of silence pass. Neither of the two tall figures budging an inch. Finally, Leo steps forward, shoulder checking Flynn hard enough that he stumbles back against the wall.
gonna find Carl myself. I'll do it.
Flynn sputters angrily, Leo muttering some string of swears as he heads towards the door.
At least tell me where you're going to look so we don't know where not to go.
Leo pauses, his hand on the door handle.
Danica Street to Elizabeth Road. South to north.
Why, controller? Why must you fight me? Fine.
Great. Good luck.
The door slams behind me, and I hear heavy stomps of his feet on gravel outside. He's gone.
Dude, I would love to act out this scene like physically, like on stage.
So you can body check poor Seb?
Well,
You have to try pretty
just
hard,
that
though.
tense moment and being like,
Hey, can I play Leo in this scene for reasons? No reason. Particular.
New from,
No, I mean,
new
just-
from the new
the-
from the RTC Games Rec Studio. Echo the play on Broadway.
Nice.
I enjoy the image of like being like having this big old argument with Chase, and then freaking getting in on it with Flynn, and then just fucking storming out as Flynn goes, but going, yeah, this is where I'm looking. Slam. I kind of love the image of that.
I look down and realize I'm shaking. Even if it had been years, an argument like that with someone who basically defined my childhood and teenage years has a way of hurting deep. That stupid fucking prank. I try to refocus, making my way toward the Dr. Flynn and offering him my paw. You okay, man? He glares up at me for a second, then takes my grasp and pulls himself up. The lizard weighs a ton, though, nearly pulling me down with him.
Go help TJ already. I'm gonna check the basement again.
He dusts off his front and begins fiddling with his shirt collar, walking off back toward the stairwell before I can respond. Through the window, I can see Leo outside. He's down the road a ways, past his van. He's talking to someone. I see the figure he's talking to point toward the house we're in, and Leo crosses his arms. It can't be the sheriff already, can it? Moving to the window, I get a closer look. I can see that the figure is a weasel. Duke. Jesus, I hadn't seen him in years. I used to see him around on his front porch a lot back when I visited Leo's place near Daly. As far as I can remember, he was the loner type, occasionally getting involved with civic stuff and the mayor. I have a vague memory of him being married to a younger lady when I was a kid, but I don't remember seeing her after first grade. His interactions with me were always pretty brief, not much to judge a personality by. Now though, he's pointing at the house, speaking loudly, though I can't discern what he's saying. Leo just looks angrier, his tail stiff. Despite the range, I can practically feel the old fellow's gaze shifting, meeting mine through the window. His pointing hand shifts, now aimed directly at me. I reflexively blink, stepping back. When my eyes refocus, there's a plume of dust in the air. Duke is on his back in the middle of the dirt road, and Leo's quickly marching back toward his van. What the hell? Duke is already back on his feet, sprinting now away from Carl's house. His mouth is still moving. He's saying something. Leo's van peels out of the driveway, gravel kicking up in its wake. Within a few seconds, he's out of sight as well. Jesus. I walk over to the door, locking it once again just to be safe. Left alone, I head out of the kitchen. Alright, so I'm gonna call it here.
All right.
Neat.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Awesome.
Bye.